my good friend God B that I really love, and I really like his playstyle. So, and just his overall approach to the game, huge fan, obviously. But yeah, I wasn't very impressed by Big yesterday, and I feel like Na'Vi have been trending up with a couple of stumbles every once in a while. But you know,
the problem is you can like admire the game plan that he's able to put together and the tactics he's able to pull off on any of the maps. But what we saw, just the other day on this map was Liquid not even letting Big get to the point of executing any of those strategies. And if that's going to happen again, I mean, you have someone like Simple who's going to be crazy. It's going to be dangerous times. There's a good amount of utility though on Big for the pistol round. Lagia and Gabi bring in smokes and flashbangs and Molotovs. 3 players at top banana for Na'Vi. They're going to be blocked off by a Molotov, and as you'll probably see throughout this half, a bit spread out, and actually Nex already taking some damage and trying to run the gauntlet. They're going to find Simple. There's still 2 more players here. Decent nade damage, and turning the corner, Nex finds Edward. It's just Zeus. He gets 2, and he keeps going for more, and he's not able to get any of them.
That's quite impressive. It looked like maybe they were going to be stopped there. I'm shocked that they checked the corner that close, but great job by Nex, honestly, just sort of running in there. Gob did pick up 2 of the kills, but I feel like Nex was sort of the tip of the spear in that one. It's Electronic and Flamey now left. 2 versus 3. The bomb has already been planted. They do not have a kit picked up, and if they had one, Na'Vi, it's going to be way out on banana, so very hard to get in and try and pick it up. They've even been smoked off on the one side, which means Big have a very good chance of stopping this defuse. It would take forever at this rate, and we'll see what happens. They are starting to get in there, setting down for the 10-second defuse. That is a very long time, and this phase has gone long before that bomb is going to be gone. Gob with a quad kill to start Big off.
Yeah, that would have been, that's just too much for Flamey, isn't it? He would have had to hit like 3 immediate headshots, essentially, as soon as they turn the corner. Flashbang preventing that. So you see a mixture of just smart play, smart tactical play out of Big, and also just the overpowering of Gabi and Nex taking control of top banana before closing it out. So 1-0, that's a good start for Big. You could hear the chant, or the yell. Obviously a big deal for them to get started on the right foot.
Yes, I think it is, and I mean, I think Yanko pointed it out well enough that the clash of styles here is going to be a little bit weird, so I really look forward to seeing how they all deal with that. There is a bit of an upgrade coming in here from the Na'Vi side, so that means they're going to have slightly fewer grenades in the 4th round, unless of course they can pick this one up, but on Inferno, I'm alright with it. These pistols at any range are going to be pretty good.
Edward's going to be the first one. That's a nice flashbang, but Nex had the cover of the wall. Flamey's coming down mid. He's finding a lot of information. He's going to get behind him. Here's a mistake out of the spread default from Big. They've allowed a gap. Flamey's going to see 2, going to see 3, and this is always the hardest part, lining him up, and he gets 2. He does it perfectly. And he's got great positioning as well. How long does he stay focused here? They wrap around him, and finally, they're almost able to take care of him, and they just do. Lagia finds that kill, but the damage is done.
That's an unbelievably impactful round, and followed up by Electronic, and you can imagine now the rest of the Big squad, they're going to be so confused after that situation. Those 2 deagle shots, it's not always so easy to line them up, even if you've got, more or less stationary targets. They're Simple with 1 more headshot, and you can hear Tabson on the other side spraying right through. That might not have been necessary. It was a 3-on-1, now it's a 1-on-2, so gotta be very careful, rushing through just as the bomb goes down, and Tabson tapping away, taking down Zeus. Just like that, it's a 1 versus 1, and he has the health for it, but Electronic gonna come rolling into the bomb site. No armor or anything, he still wins the fight, and Na'Vi bring it right back. That is, I really want to see those 2 shots from Flamey again. The first one, yeah, sure, but the second one, that's not so easy.
I was so nervous. I thought that was gonna be just another highlight of someone missing easy shots from behind. Those can be so tough, but yeah, this is perfect. And if you're Big, what you're talking about now is how did he get there, who messed up, who looked away from their spawn, who was supposed to be covering that. It's a good thing Electronic wins that 1-on-1 as well, because Tabson was given a chance there, spamming through, finding Simple in the smoke, and then Zeus obviously taking a fight before Electronic is even ready to trade, so could have been a scary situation, but it does turn around, and that's harsh for Big.
Ooh, but they're not going to give up so easily. They have an AK-47, and kind of shocking to me, it's on God B. It might just have been the spawn that he got close to middle, that he wanted to run in there and try and take a fight with someone, but I would have said probably you wanted on someone like Tabson, although he does get the perfect spray right through the smoke and taking down Edward. That's beautiful. Now it gets a little bit interesting here. I mean, obviously now Na'Vi know that there's at least an AK in play. They also have some grenades here.
Yeah, the intel is out on this kind of aggressive buy, at least on 1 player. Flamey and Simple going to stick around in banana. They're going to boost up on that half wall. That will allow Flamey to rotate back if he chooses to. Simple can get the early spot and fall away. Would be excellent if he could just get one kill before falling back, but he's got an early warning system set up at the B bomb site, so they can bring 3 over towards A, help shore that up, and meanwhile Big is going to readjust. They want to go back towards the B bomb site when this smoke clears.
The one interesting thing is that Simple has no grenade, so if they try and run him down, then he can't really sort of stop them by putting even a flashbang in, so it's going to be a little bit risky. Does hear some footsteps on the other side. A jump comes through, Simple handling things very well. Taking out Gobby and Nex. That is also the AK picked up again here by ELEAGUE. 3 versus 4 now. In about 35 seconds, they are starting to make their way onto the A-bomb side. Electronic down in the pit, or at least close to it by the balcony here. And Zeus on the other side of the crossfire, and that's some good timing there. Electronic not waiting even a second.
That's a deep angle he took, really tough to clear out. Nicely done. Pop flashed in towards lane. Electronic getting aggressive again, finding the kill on a Kiev. It's just ELEAGUE with the AK, spraying wildly. Not going to connect with anything doing that. And Navi survive the tactical purchase of the 1 AK-47.
Yeah, and I don't even think it really did enough damage for it to be reasonable. I mean, like, you want to get, 4 kills or something if you're going to end up doing that. Didn't really work out for them this time. So a 2-1 scoreline, and we're heading into the 4th round. We do have more grenades being picked up here, and some upgraded pistols for Big. So the fact that they didn't get the bomb plant down, they know they're going to probably have to save anyway. So just get what you can here. I think this is all very reasonable.
And it's all about limiting the money that's going to flow in towards Navi. So that's the other portion of this, is just get a couple kills, do something to help out. We'll see what they can do. Again, aggressive on Banana for Navi. 3 players, much like the pistol run. This time, Flamey pushes all the way down, gets that opening kill. They're going to follow up with 1 more. Next can't handle it. And this buy all of a sudden is just looking like wasted money for Big. And a 3-on-5. Keith Tabson and ELEAGUE all spread out at the moment. Simple with this op. Patiently waiting for someone to show themselves.
Ooh. Scopes away just at the wrong time. Always annoying. But I don't think he's in much danger right now. He's got Zeus right next to him, so even if they try and jump him, he should be in a pretty decent position. So really far Molotov coming out. That's interesting.
That's cool. Forces Simple off the corner, isolates Zeus. He's in a tough spot. Simple's not rotating back to help him. There's the flash. It blinds him. Simple misses a shot, but he follows up nicely. And with the USP, takes down 1. Tapson able to do some more damage. They'll be able to salvage the op. So that was at least a victory that Big wanted to get, was keep the op away, try and drop it onto the ground and make sure they can't recover it. It's not going to happen. And Big once again spending some time on pistol, so still not putting together a very good buy until perhaps the 6th round of this half.
Yeah, that's very rough. That's such a low economy for almost the first half of the half.
Especially for considering they haven't done a whole lot of damage with these buys. They're still going back to it.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. That, by the way, was the first kill of the game for Edward. Now, I think one of the reasons why you want to maybe think twice about picking Inferno against Navi is that Edward has historically had some very good games on this map. I sort of comes back to me time and again, and he's not really sort of popping off just yet, but you definitely want to be just a bit careful with him. Deep grenade almost catching Nex, but this is a dangerous game to be playing if you're Edward.
Yeah, it really is. You don't want to catch a bullet just jumping over and trying to be clever. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, you can see Kiev on your screen lining up a smoke. Couple other players, lining up a Molotov. I'm assuming, Anders, that's for the top of the roof up in mid?
Yes, it will be. And there's a follow-up flashbang that can be thrown that blinds everybody as well. So, yeah, he's going to try and put that in. Only really going to... No, it's not even going to catch Simple. Not enough anyway. And he's going to get the kill on Tabson. Now, 4 versus 5. And they're trying to see if they can wrap around, at least get a bomb plant down. That would help them. Maybe some more damage. Electronic going to pick up 1 good kill there. Inside of the smoke, ELEAGUE has disappeared for a while. And when he comes back out, he's going to get a quick headshot on Simple. That's actually very sneaky play. And he almost takes down Zeus, but the rest of the backup is here, and it's going to be the end for ELEAGUE as well. No bomb plant and a 4-1 scoreline. So
the desperation Molotov at the end as well didn't look too pretty. Navi starting to pile it on. And now finally we're going to see the AKs come out. It seems like it's been a while with that one kind of purchase we saw earlier. They've been forced back, so no mouse.
Oh, for the PC?
No idea. Oh, yeah, that one. I was like, surely our observers have a mouse. They do indeed have a mouse.
I used to play Duke Nukem 3D without a mouse for a while.
How'd you do that?
Just look
arrow
up.
keys?
Yeah, arrows and QW. No.
It's not even worth it at that point, is it?
I mean, it's another time, Moses.
Your childhood remains depressing.
Yeah, it does.
It's a continuing saga with you. Next takes some bullets through the smoke. Edward's still messing around with it, and he's not getting the kills, but he's doing massive amounts of damage. A pretty good return grenade from Big does some decent chip damage over to Zeus and Simple. But it's Nex who's left bleeding at 6 HP.
That's a frustrating way to get started, but it is kind of par for the course if you're going to go for this banana control wall. Like, you really just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Which I think is... I mean, I guess you could just sort of roll the dice and say, maybe we win it, get the kill and roll through, but, you know, it's if you're this far behind, especially when the economy's going rather well for Na'Vi, you want to maybe not gamble on that.
The only time that Big's done really had success controlling the top banana was on that pistol. Once the rifles have come out, Na'Vi have held onto that pretty securely, which can have scary implications for the rest of this half if Big can never wrestle control away. You really, really need to be able to take that portion of the map as terrorists at some point just to keep the defense honest. Tabson and Gabi gonna come up top mid. Molotov's out, smokes as well to protect them. So they've got the information that it's a passive defense. 30 seconds left.
I was going to say, that's super valuable, but the problem is they have so little time that by the time they show themselves on this side, Zeus is going to call in the backup. Guaranteed almost Edward and Simple are going to rotate almost immediately when this happens. Edward's already falling back now. Zeus not actually not falling all that far back, and the Molotov and the spray comes in. He almost gets the triple. So much damage onto the rest of Big as well. And Edward's got the lineup, sprays down one, dropping the bomb with 8 seconds, and there's no recovering that. Kiev has to run, and maybe even has to die right now. Time runs out, and they kill him, then that's a huge problem. He won't get the lost bonus. Looks like they're going to hold on to it, so almost a little bit shocked at that. They had him boxed in fact.
I guess they just are prioritizing building up that money. They don't want to risk any of their weapons, even just 1 or 2 to really punish him there, but regardless, stellar play from Zeus. I didn't think he was going to spot. I think he was going to get caught and surprised, but that Molotov is perfectly timed. They have to start running through it as well, even while it's still burning. Look at all the damage being taken. That's beautiful, and this is tough part if you're Big and you're playing this tactical style and you're running the clock down low and you're just trying to gain some map control before hitting. Is exactly this. You need to have someone kind of take control at a certain point, play by instinct, and try and take a fight, try and take a kill. Because if you're just leaving it to a 5-on-5 with 30 seconds left, this is the danger.
Yeah, I guess at the most sort of fundamental level of tactical play on Inferno does mean pushing the counter-terrorist force back into B and away from Arch and Quad. That way you can try and draw someone away from the bomb site that you're attacking. Like that's the easiest way to put it, right?
Right, and it's also it's why it's so important to be able to take banana as a terrorist, is because you want to be able to leave one person there, maybe 2 people there, so you can come back to it and you don't have to clear everything, and you don't have a chance of being spotted out early. The fact that Big hasn't been able to take that really makes it difficult to execute with under 30 seconds.
We'll see what they have this time. Key with the saved AK-47, but things are looking very rough right now for the Big team, and this is where I would put my trust or my hopes in God B to try and come up with something that we haven't really seen, you know, just one good execute, a little bit of some miscommunication going on. There we go.
Please stand. Well, we'll see how it works. Flamey and Zeus there. I think they're lining up that Molotov again, so Zeus might have a bad time.
In fairness, I would pity Flamey if he had to carry Zeus up on a roof.
That's not the best role, is it? We always talk about people who take the unfavorable.
Look at this beautiful grenade that Tabson is going to throw. That's the one that's going to land over by that ninja corner, but usually it's thrown much closer to the middle and with much more risk. So we're actually going to see a double firebomb into the middle here that will make it a little bit tough. It's such a shame that Na'Vi have already fallen back. I wish I could see this live, you know, when someone was actually there.
Good call by Na'Vi, though. A lot of time being spent by Big, and they just fall back, realizing it's still going to be difficult with just pistols for them to even take this pit, especially when they're doubled up. Here's Zeus. Electronic in there as well. Zeus has been taken out, but Electronic's just going to add on to it. Flamey with one as well, and Big is losing too many players. Electronic makes it look easy. Doesn't even get touched. 4 kills for him.
And if you notice in that little sequence from Electronic, and it's one of the reasons why he's such an exciting player, is just how good he is at sort of predicting the next target. He definitely has a very cool idea about where the next one's going to be coming in. Swaps out quick for his composure is just so high. And he is a very young player as well, you got to remember. So definitely worth having him on the team, I would say.
Got that flattering shot of him coughing as well in there. That's always key.
Yeah, you got to get that in. Back 1, by the way.
Yeah, he's played
all
well.
at once for eye camos.
As long as he's producing. We still haven't seen the op come out on Kiev whatsoever. I guess maybe You can question some of the economic decisions. We've seen a lot of rounds of Big on armor and pistols, and that's a great shot by Simple coming down the stairs. And again, this is exactly how Big struggled against Liquid, is just losing too many players before they even get into position to hit a bomb site.
Yeah, it's getting very uncomfortable at this point. I would even say watching it's becoming a little bit difficult. Just how do you find the confidence and the optimism to say, okay, next round, that we've got that one. Here's the plan.
That's the thing. They've even taken a timeout, and now they have to go at Flamey with the secondary op and this double op setup, and he's shown himself to be more than proficient with this weapon.
Waiting, hoping that someone's going to come and look. I mean, that can happen. We've seen it before. We usually term it sort of a late retake of Banana. If people flash their way in late in the round and go and check what's happening on Banana, that's a very good idea if you're on the CT side, but not what's going to happen this time. Another great Molotov there, landing right at the coffins and forcing Flamey back. That means Edward's alone on the bomb side, at least for a moment, until those grenades disappear. 30 seconds, so they kind of have to commit to it. And even worse, Zeus is flanking in behind, and there's the bomb down at 25 seconds. Edward gets one, and Flamey to follow it up. No problem at all here for Na'Vi to clean up that push. 7-1.
There's not enough aggression out of Big once they actually throw their nades. Their Molotov that forces Flamey back with the AWP, the smoke to follow it up as well. The counter flashes from Na'Vi were great, but I mean, they're perfect because everyone from Big is sitting back in Banana. No one's actually taking the initiative to attack the bomb site, therefore they all get blind, allows the player to rotate, allows Flamey to step in front of the smoke and the Molotov that had been there burning, and grab two of those last three. So this defense from Na'Vi looking impenetrable.
So now Big having another bit of a timeout just to discuss just what on earth is going on, you know. They obviously didn't mind playing on Inferno, and we know that's, you know, something that they do like doing. So how has it gone so badly, Moses? You said the aggression is missing, so...
Yeah, I mean, you want Tabson to step up. Tabson's the first guy you'd point to. Nex is kind of the other rifler you'd expect to be, you know, your follow-up star, and Nex is having a rough game at 2 kills. He got one of those in pistol round. Tabson's doing, I mean, no one's doing great. Well, we could just put it there.
They're really not. How do you come back from this one? Double AWP on the other side, and there's so much money on Na'Vi as well.
I think Big really needs to stop spreading out into a default at the beginning of these rounds, and it's the trademark of one of like an old school in-game leader. You know, from 1.6 is kind of, you know, you spread out, you take the early round slow, but it's getting predictable. And also, if you're starting to get picked off in that fashion, you need to group up and hit something a little bit faster, more aggressively. Make sure you're trading. You need to emphasize that trading instead of just getting dropped by an AWP.
I would also argue that if we compare this style from the one that they had at the last major, they just don't look anywhere near as confident. Those players back then definitely looked like they, you know, were ready to fight. Maybe especially Tabson and Keeve were some of the star players for that run. Just very impressive. Flamey will be taking down Tabson, and that's a grenade right at the feet of Keeve with no armor. It's going to take him very low. Flamey almost getting a run. In fact, he will be, but Electronics doing a fine job picking up this push, and that will be the end. Another quad for him, and another round for Na'Vi with 4 members staying alive. That does put them 2 members over 13,000 as they start this round. I mean,
yeah, you hate to see this if you're a Big fan. I mean, that time it is just not enough. I think Big's actually prioritizing the fact that this round they wanted to have everything. They wanted the ops, so they were missing some of the utility we've seen on some of their half buys earlier in the half. But this is now getting very, very sketchy, and I would hope God B is going to switch things up, do something at a faster pace. The hard part is on a map like Inferno, once CTs have this economy, you're almost forced to play it slow because you know you're going to run into nades, you know you're going to run into Molotovs and smokes. You can see no one even messing with the bottom of Banana from Big, knowing the nades are going to be coming down.
Well, the first line of grenades have been used for Na'Vi. Now Big are just waiting, trying to take a bit of control. Tabson, the forward player right now. I want to see Tabson return to the form that we know he's got somewhere, because honestly, again, just, I know this is maybe rolling it just a little bit back, but watching him at the last major was unreal, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, he had a great lead up to the major as well, in terms of his individual form, so that would be quite nice to see. It feels like they're very rigid at the moment, Anders, like they're very much stuck into playing a strategy right out of spawn, and they all know they have their piece to play. There's not a whole lot of individual intuition coming out in how they play. Flamey just taking a shot in the darkness. Electronic is going to be left alone. No one coming holes this time. And this is new. Big is using this smoke to creep up close. It's going to be a very fast explosion. Electronic isn't ready for the initial flashbang. He's completely blind. Does get one kill. Follows it up. They line up for him. He's going to get another 4 kill. Almost with the ace. Keeve takes him down, but once again, Electronic does his job perfectly.
I mean, he was flashed for such a long time. You think certainly someone's going to check pit, but I think half of them are flashed as well. So they just don't really know what to do. This is incredible. Very well done. And then the little boost here at the end from Simple, just to make sure that they get the last kill in 9-1. We've had so many games like this in the major, and I think the only teams right now that seem to be sort of breaking that mold are actually some of the new teams. Like, they seem to be the ones that are saying, all right, well, you know, you guys can play this slow, default, spread out kind of style where essentially all the players are on a leash, and you know, until the in-game leader sort of lets go of it, you're just doing that one thing, whereas they seem to be so much more dynamic in a way.
I mean, this was always the criticism of Big as a team, though, right? And you're seeing it exemplified here in this game. Is they have a legendary in-game leader, they have one of the smartest minds in Counter-Strike, but they're lacking the firepower. And the only reason this whole project ever works is because everyone has their piece of the puzzle that they fulfill. They all have their role to play in each strategy, and it's not coming together right now. It's unfortunate too, because I like that call, that last call that Gabi just did, sneak up behind the smoke and explode onto the A bomb site. And if it's not for Electronic having a phenomenal game and being incredible, that probably works.
He does have 18 and 2 as a scoreline, so I guess you could say that he's...
We've seen him have 3 4-kill rounds.
That's a grenade and a half. Just one grenade there. I'll leave a couple of ears ringing into the next round, maybe. But yeah, he's doing a very good job indeed.
It's just disgusting, isn't it? How well he's played in pit. Keep in mind, this is a half where Big won the pistol round. That's all I've gotten.
If you just pick up 2 more kills, he's going to have as many kills as the entire Big team together. Just saying. Assuming nothing else changes. We're seeing this setup again, but once again, there's really no one in position to get caught by it. So it's obviously something that Big really believe in as a way to clear this all out. And you've got to admire the angle of that Molotov. I mean, you could definitely see why it would completely catch you if you're playing underneath that canopy, but it's not going to work out this time. Smokes are raining in, 50 seconds left, and they're still lingering around this apartment area. Are they going to be able to flash their way out? They do have some flashbangs in the middle, I think, so maybe they could.
They're going right at your boy Electronic. He's going to have a chance for those 2 kills. We'll see how he handles it. He's playing on the balcony, waiting for the flashbangs to rain in. Simple, blocked off by Smoke. Edward's going to get that kill, and here they come.
Jumping out, down into the pit. Electronic looking away from the flashbangs. He's going to get the one, but misses the spray significantly. And next is going to take Simple as well, so not bad at all now. With just 18 seconds, they need to get onto that bomb site. The bomb is still in pit waiting, and they're a man down. It's not looking good right now for Big. Flamey steps up, takes down Poppy, and next 9 seconds. They don't have to peek you. If they leave him alone, he can't win the round. He just can't get out of there at all. And now time is up as well. Next, to get one headshot. The spray is in, but Edward falls away, and that will be the round. Another one for Na'Vi. This is a little bit crazy, isn't it?
It really is. And that one, at least, I guess you could say that was a little bit closer. They almost were able to make it into the bomb site, but this has just been phenomenal. It just takes them too long to actually get to the bomb site. The rotations are all coming in from Na'Vi. This is what happens when you give this this highly skilled Na'Vi lineup some confidence. They're loving it. Keeve's back on the op, though. He's been quiet. No one on Big above 6 kills.
Yeah, that's obviously part of the problem here. Just some of these rounds have to start off with Big getting a headshot on someone and not losing any HP or anything. Just a clean kill, then you can start all the shenanigans. Instead, and they were looking for this boost earlier. Keeve was actually spotting for it in some of the previous rounds, but this time it works flawlessly for Flamey.
Another opening kill, another player picked off from Big before they can move forward. They're loving, as you mentioned, the nades from that position.
I love them too, Moses.
They're not doing a whole lot in this game is the scary part. Flashbang over. Keeve follows it up with a peek. That's what the flash is designed for. Get an Opper or anyone looking towards Boiler off the angle and let Keeve take up the position. Unfortunately, he doesn't find anything.
I mean, I don't know how much control Gorby has over this team, but when you know the 10th time comes around when he says throw the flashbangs from the balcony, someone maybe should say it hasn't really worked yet.
No.
Maybe no one wants to question the dear leader, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Well, here's a pop flash in towards Halls. This is great proactiveness from Na'Vi. Hope that's a word.
I believe it is, Moses, and even if it isn't, it's still working because Electronic is moving all the way down through Boiler. Leggy has got no idea and has the bomb down with 25 seconds. Flamey finding a kill and spotting more players. Can he get one more in? That's next going down. There are no grenades to stop him, and Tabson is going to be dropped as well. That's, again, just so heartbreaking. And now it's even worse. I mean, before Big were actually allowed to set up, the setups just don't work. Now, in the middle of their setup, in the middle of dinner, Moses, just can't even make it work.
No, they're just getting interrupted, aren't they? This is terrifying. The ops have been doing their job this whole time, and obviously when you, again, it's just another situation where, you mentioned it, these teams no longer on the CT side are going to sit back and let you execute. You could see Electronic going for information, because at that point in the game, in a 5-on-4, one of two things happens. He either finds someone, which he found the bomb carrier and got the kill, or he doesn't see anyone, and then they cheat over towards the B bomb site a little bit earlier before the hit comes in, so it's a success either way. Oh, Flamey. He spotted the head. I think Big might have spotted him as well. Being rather bold holding this position.
Can't quite get the grenade into that underpass position, but yeah, this seems, again, return to the same thing. Get on the balcony, throw the grenades, don't ask any questions.
Very German.
I mean, they are sort of just working through this routine, and I mean, that is kind of yeah, I guess that is kind of a German way of doing things.
We'll see where they can take it. Smoke at the end of Halls, and yeah, they still have the smoke now on the blocking off the balcony, but haven't taken advantage of it. 50 seconds left, and still kind of all conglomerated in alt mid, but no real idea where to go. At this point, it is kind of hard to have the answers to what they're encountering. 4 players over at the A bomb site, and it's only pistols for Big.
Here, I hope the communication coming out from the Big team, they're not that far away. Really trying to get the timing down right for this kind of push. Simple going to take down next, and that's one arm of the attack kind of gone, even though there was some flashbang set up. Now they're going to try and see, once again, if they can get out of apartments. So they are sort of getting out. They're just dead before they hit the ground, which is a bit of a problem. And then, yeah, up there with the Deagle, going to get shut down as well. Their corpses come out, Moses.
There's not enough trading going on. You can't be sacrificing one player on Rap side with no one else trying to follow it up in some fashion, right? You're just there's no. What can you actually say? There's no killing. There's no production.
No, this is
no ground gained.
This is really rough. I mean, we have seen some one-sided games, I would say, in the first couple of days here of the major tournament, but yeah, this is one of them, and it seems to be almost even more of a shutdown than we've seen in the past. This time there's some aggression and just some, you know, playmaking coming out here from Big. Kiev is single-handedly taking down Simple. That's what we've been asking for a while.
Flamey's going to even things up. The second op from Na'Vi over at the A bomb site finds the equalizing kill, and there's Edward. A pop flash over. He gets one. Molotov's out. Kiev's not going to try and beat that. He's standing in the flames. He's brought down to 21 by a follow-up nade. Still going to be aggressive, though. Legia with 1 kill over towards A. Finally, Big is starting to make some plays, and it's Edward who goes down next. Zeus is the last one here to deal with, waiting at sandbags. And he's going to get aggressive. He's feeling confident right behind the broken wall. Electronic has flanked out Hall, so he's got them boxed in. There's a minute left on the clock.
Oh, smoke's very close. Does Kiev realize what's up? He's actually hiding inside of the smoke. This is so risky. Big, they're so far behind. They have to win this round. Electronic coming in to close it out on the other side. There's Gobby gone down, and Kiev is very low on health. The spray is in. Electronic gets one, and now Kiev picks it up, but the grenade from Zeus exploding their dreams. 13-1. 15th round coming up. This is unbelievably out of control.
Almost, but the potential was there. At least the round that Big seemed to loosen up the reins, allow Kiev some freedom to go make a play towards the B bomb site. He finds him an opening kill. Then they just get boxed in by Electronics, still being aggressive, still being proactive on the map. It's 13-1, Anders. It's been a 13-0 streak for Na'Vi.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I'm not good at math.
They haven't even gotten plants.
Yeah, no. Oh my god, you're right.
They've got one on the second round, and that was it.
If someone really cruel wanted to, they could calculate how much money they've just missed out on from that alone. Flamey does go down the middle copy, pushing in with no backup and no grenades either. That's maybe a bit of a mistake. Zeus will take him down, and we're back in a 4-on-4.
Double nades in towards Boiler. The call should come out from Big that there's two playing lane. Zeus falling back, fighting as he retreats. He gets one. They're going to turn the corner before he can get it back, and it's all on electronic. Finally, he's stopped. But Simple's here. 2 kills with the AWP, and the bomb this whole time. It's heartbreaking, Anders. It was left in alt mid. Legia's got to go all the way back for it.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a coin flip to figure out if this is going to work for or against him, because now they don't really know where he is, and there's still 55 seconds, so at this point he is just traversing the map, looking for an opening, hoping that something is going to happen. Edward and Simple left here, and so far they're actually going to go look for him. This makes it very hard for Legia, I would say. The easiest for him is if he can catch someone in the bomb site, get that kill and put the bomb down.
Edward is just playing. He's just like 10 steps ahead of Legia, though. He's flanking around because if reading this play is incredible at this point, because this is a massive waste of time for Edward if he doesn't actually find success with it, and he's actually going to be able to find Legia. There's no way Legia checks halls as he goes up towards the bomb site, and Edward's just got the perfect angle, and Legia's going to be left scratching his head. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that was just very well done. There's just no other way to put it. 14-1, ladies and gentlemen. Moving into the second half, just a lights-out performance here from Na'Vi. Big, I don't think they know what hit him here. Just to recap again, Electronic is at the top with 22-5 as a scoreline in one half. That's a little bit out of control.
That's disgusting. Flamey with the op as well, putting in work. 17-7 for him. And you've got to be frustrated if you're Big. And yeah, going back and watching this demo, I'm not even sure they'll be able to. I mean, they'll just say we just got dominated in every way. Like, you can't even really blame the executes of the tactics themselves, because they didn't too often get into that position. I think the biggest thing that Big could take away from that half, if they go back and watch this, is the curious economy decisions early on that caused them in the first 6 rounds to only have 1 gun round. Yeah,
I think that was their way to try and flex their muscles really early on, right? Sort of say, okay, we're going to take up the fight, and then when you just lose 4 or 5 rounds in a row, you think, oh, this isn't good.
And you lose them convincingly so that all the money is built up.
Yeah, I think that might have broken their spirit a little bit too.
Well, here we go. Second half starting. It's the pistol round. 1-14. Big won the pistol round in the first half. Maybe they can do it again here. That's Nex getting pushed back by a headshot from the Glock. 5 armors from Na'Vi, and Simple's just waiting. That one's easy. He takes out God B as well. Hasn't taken a point of damage, and the defense is already in disarray. They're going to retreat back towards the B bomb site, where Simple again is just single-handedly taking the bomb site. Nex is on the rotate with 22 HP. Simple's hungry. He's going to go for more, and actually shows a bit of restraint there right at the end.
Well,
I say that.
Only for like 3 seconds. He just makes this game look so easy when he's in this mood. They're just barreling down Banana. He's alone there. There's no backup. Just I've got it. Don't worry about it. 15-1. This is pretty outrageous. I mean, I don't even know what to say. They fought 3 Mac 10s, so now the world's about to come to an end.
They're getting into that Vega Squadron Mac 10 meta.
I hope that's just a meme that never actually comes true, Moses.
Of all the memes that you wish to come true, that's the one you take issue with.
Yeah, that's the one. A lot of grenades landing right on Big, and Edward cleaning it up. A quick double kill, taps in to try and return, and Legia is there as well. Still, it's a 2-on-2 for a moment. Edward spraying in, and one more bullet would do it. Nex is back there, and he actually hits the headshot, but waiting for him at the bottom of Banana is Simple. And Nex has got just 3 health. He's making a little bit of noise. I'm not sure why Simple's waiting. Bomb is waiting
with
up
his
there.
food?
Yeah, something like that. Well, they're going to meet each other right here, and that will be the end. 16-1. I don't know what to say, Moses.
That was I mean, like we said a number of times, Big won the first half pistol round and lost 16 rounds straight.
That's just such an outrageous performance.
Yeah.